experience the Bible's powerful message of hope, transformation, and love. I invite you to join me on a remarkable journey, a journey that transcends the ordinary and leads us deep into the heart of the divine. Imagine standing on the edge of a vast ocean of light, each shimmering wave echoing the eternal wisdom of the Bible. I still remember the first moment I felt the overwhelming presence of the Lord. When the weight of my burdens lifted as if by magic, and in that instant, every word of the sacred scriptures came alive. I felt an intense connection to the teachings of the Lord, a connection that turned despair into hope and darkness into radiant love. Have you ever experienced a moment so profound that it altered the very course of your life? In that very moment, I discovered that every tear, every hardship, and every whisper of doubt was part of a grand design, a design woven by a loving Creator who desires nothing more than for us to rise in faith and experience true transformation. I have always believed that the Bible is much more than an ancient text. It is a living testament to miracles. A guide that offers us hope even when the world around us seems to crumble. Its timeless teachings of the Lord have the power to transform our lives in ways we often cannot imagine. When I was once engulfed by sorrow and uncertainty, a particular verse reached out to me and changed everything. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future. Those words ignited a spark in me, a spark that grew into a blazing fire of hope and renewal. I felt embraced by a love so pure and boundless that it transcended every human limitation. As you listen to these words, I encourage you to open your heart to that same divine love, to let it infuse every part of your being and guide you through every storm. We begin this journey with an experience that can only be described as miraculous. Picture yourself walking through a crowded city street, where the constant hum of life drowns out the subtle whispers of your soul. Then, amid the clamor, you hear a voice, gentle, yet commanding, that seems to rise from the very air around you. In that surreal moment, I felt as though the heavens had parted, revealing a glimpse of the divine. It was as if the Bible itself had reached out and touched my spirit, urging me to believe that even in the midst of chaos, there is a path lit by hope and love. This was no ordinary experience, it was a call to transformation. A powerful invitation to leave behind the burdens of the past and step into a future guided by the teachings of the Lord. And I ask you now, what if you, too, could feel that surge of divine energy, that unexplainable connection to a higher purpose? As we move deeper into this narrative, I want you to reflect on the countless miracles recorded in the Bible, stories of redemption, renewal, and unwavering faith. These are not mere legends or distant tales from long ago, they are the living, breathing testimony of a God who is ever present in our lives. The Bible speaks to us of hope that is resilient and a transformation that begins from within. It reminds us that every hardship is an opportunity to grow, every moment of despair a chance to be reborn in the light of divine love. I ask you, what is hope but a bridge connecting our broken pasts to a promising future? And what better guide to help you traverse that bridge than the eternal teachings of the Lord? I recall a time when my heart was heavy with sorrow and my spirit was dampened by doubt. In my darkest hour, I turned to the Bible and found solace in its timeless wisdom. I read of the disciples who, despite their human frailties, had experienced the most profound miracles. Their stories became my beacon of light, showing me that no matter how insurmountable our challenges may seem, the divine is always at work, transforming despair into joy and confusion into clarity. I began to see that every setback was not a punishment but a step towards something greater, a part of the divine plan for transformation. And now, as you listen, I want you to consider, what if every trial you face is not a dead end, but the very beginning of a journey towards unshakable faith and love? There is an indescribable magic in the teachings of the Lord that makes even the smallest act of kindness seem miraculous. I have witnessed strangers share moments of genuine compassion that light up the darkest corners of our world. I have seen communities coming together, bound by the hope that the Bible instills in each of us, a hope that reminds us we are all connected by a divine thread of love. In every smile, every shared prayer, and every word of encouragement, there lies the transformative power of faith. And I ask you, can you feel that power stirring in your heart? Can you see how the divine love spoken of in the Bible can mend even the most broken of souls? I remember vividly an encounter that forever changed my perspective on life. I was traveling through a bustling town when, in the midst of the ordinary, I found myself in the presence of a small group of people gathered in quiet reverence. Their eyes shone with the light of understanding, and their voices, soft yet resolute, recited verses from the Bible that echoed with the teachings of the Lord. In that moment, I was struck by a profound realization. These were the moments when the divine revealed itself. Not in grandiose displays of power, but in the humble expressions of faith and unity. It was as though the very air around us was charged with the energy of transformation, a sacred vibration that promised hope, healing, and renewal. I stood there in awe, feeling the gentle pull of a love that defied human explanation. And as you reflect on this, ask yourself, have you ever experienced a moment when the world around you seemed to pause, and you felt the unmistakable touch of something greater than yourself? The Bible is a repository of such transformative moments. Every story, every parable, is a lesson in resilience, compassion, and the boundless potential of the human spirit when aligned with divine purpose. I have learned that transformation is not always a dramatic event. Sometimes it is a series of small, seemingly insignificant moments that, when woven together, create a tapestry of hope and renewal. The teachings of the Lord encourage us to see beauty in the mundane, to recognize that every sunrise is a reminder of new beginnings and every storm a precursor to calm and clarity. As you walk through your own life, remember that each moment holds the possibility of a miracle. What if the next moment, the one you're about to experience, is the turning point that leads you to a deeper understanding of love and faith? In my own journey, I have encountered times when the burden of life felt too heavy to carry. I have faced doubts that threatened to extinguish the light within me. Yet, in those moments of vulnerability, I turned to the Bible and found a reservoir of strength. I discovered that the teachings of the Lord are not meant to be read passively but to be lived with passion and conviction. They are a call to rise above our fears, to transform our pain into purpose, and to allow divine love to permeate every aspect of our lives. I learned that hope is not a distant dream but a tangible force that can propel us forward even in the darkest of times. And now, I want you to embrace that same truth. Let the wisdom of the Bible infuse your heart. Let the teachings of the Lord be the compass that guides your every step. And trust that transformation is not only possible, it is inevitable for those who dare to believe. I now invite you to reflect on the personal stories that illuminate the power of faith. I recall a conversation with a dear friend, a person who had faced unspeakable hardships yet emerged with an unshakable spirit. He told me how he found solace in the Bible during the darkest nights of his life. As he read passages that spoke of redemption and the relentless love of the Lord, he began to see his struggles in a new light. His words, filled with raw emotion and unwavering conviction, reminded me that the path to transformation is paved with the realization that every tear and every trial is a divine lesson in disguise. I asked him, "How do you find the strength to keep moving forward?" And he replied, "I believe that every moment is a gift from God, an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to love more deeply." His story is a testament to the enduring power of hope and the transformative grace that is so beautifully captured in the Bible. In every corner of the world, we witness the incredible impact of the teachings of the Lord, whether it is in the quiet moments of prayer in a small chapel or in vibrant gatherings of communities united by faith. The message of the Bible transcends cultural and linguistic barriers. We see it in the eyes of children who learn about miraculous births, acts of kindness, and the compassion of a Savior who walked among us. I have traveled to distant lands and witnessed firsthand how the divine message of hope and transformation has healed communities and rekindled the flame of faith in hearts that once knew only despair. The Bible is a universal language that speaks of our shared humanity, inviting us to see beyond our differences and embrace the common bond of divine love. I ask you now, how can you contribute to this legacy of hope? What steps will you take to let the teachings of the Lord shine through your everyday actions? As we journey deeper into this exploration, I want you to consider the role that love plays in every aspect of our lives. Love is the cornerstone of the Bible's message, a force so powerful that it can heal wounds, bridge divides, and light up even the darkest nights. I have witnessed love manifest in the simplest gestures, a kind word to a stranger, a warm embrace in times of grief, or a quiet moment of shared prayer. In each of these moments, the transformative power of faith becomes evident, reminding us that we are never truly alone. Ask yourself, what if every act of kindness you extend could spark a chain reaction of transformation? What if the love you share today has the power to change tomorrow? These are the questions that drive us to seek deeper connections with one another and to live by the profound teachings of the Lord. I remember a particular day when I was overwhelmed by the chaos of everyday life. I felt as if I were drowning in a sea of responsibilities and uncertainties, unable to see a clear path forward. In that moment of despair, I found solace in a quiet corner of a small church, where the soft glow of candlelight and the gentle hum of prayer filled the air. I opened the Bible and began to read, and as the words washed over me, I felt a profound sense of peace and clarity. It was as if the divine presence had stepped into that humble space, wrapping me in a warm embrace and whispering words of hope and renewal. In that sacred silence, I understood that transformation is not about escaping our challenges but about finding the strength to rise above them with faith and courage. I ask you now, can you recall a moment when the light of the Bible pierced through your darkest hours and reminded you that you are capable of overcoming any obstacle? The journey of faith is a winding road, filled with peaks and valleys, moments of joy intermingled with times of heartache. Yet, it is in these very contrasts that the true beauty of the Bible's message is revealed. Every trial we endure, every setback we face, is an integral part of the grand tapestry of our lives, a tapestry that is continuously being woven by the divine hand. The teachings of the Lord remind us that no matter how steep the climb or how deep the valley, there is always a promise of transformation and a future filled with light. It is in our moments of vulnerability that we discover our greatest strengths. And it is through our struggles that we come to understand the immeasurable power of hope and love. What if your own struggles are the very stepping stones that lead you to a deeper, more meaningful connection with the divine? What if every challenge is a hidden blessing, waiting to unveil a new chapter of transformation in your life? I have witnessed miracles that defy explanation, a child recovering against all odds, a family reunited after long separation, communities rising together after tragedy. These miracles are not just extraordinary events. They are living proof of the Bible's enduring promise that no matter how dire our circumstances, divine love is always at work. The teachings of the Lord empower us to see beyond the surface of our struggles and to recognize that every hardship is infused with the potential for renewal. I invite you to open your eyes and heart to the miracles around you. Look closely at the world, and you will see that even the smallest act of kindness or the gentlest word of encouragement is a testament to the transformative power of faith. How often do you stop to appreciate these moments? How might your life change if you embraced every challenge as a divine opportunity for growth? Let me share with you one more story. A story that encapsulates the essence of transformation and divine intervention in a way that words alone cannot capture. There was once a community, burdened by despair and the weight of past transgressions, that came together in search of redemption. Their hearts were heavy and their spirits nearly broken by the hardships they had endured. Yet, in the midst of their suffering, they discovered a spark of hope kindled by the gentle whisper of the Bible. One evening, as they gathered under a star-studded sky, a profound unity enveloped them. In that sacred moment, they experienced a miracle, a collective awakening that transformed despair into a fervent belief in the possibility of change. They began to read the ancient scriptures, and every verse filled them with the promise of renewal. Slowly, brick by brick, they rebuilt not only their homes but their lives. Each act of kindness, every shared prayer, became a living testament to the power of love. And as I recount this story, I ask you to consider, what if your own community, your own circle of friends and family, could be transformed by that same divine light? Imagine the ripple effect of such transformation, spreading hope and love far beyond what we can see. In the quiet aftermath of that communal awakening, I spent days in deep contemplation, pondering the intricate tapestry of human experience and how the Bible guides us through even the most trying moments. I realized that the journey of transformation is never a solitary endeavor. It is a shared experience that unites us in our collective search for hope and renewal. The teachings of the Lord show us that every person has a unique role to play in this divine narrative, and that by coming together in faith, we can overcome the greatest challenges. This understanding filled me with a renewed sense of purpose. and I made it my mission to share this message of hope with as many people as possible. I invite you now to join me in this mission, to be a beacon of light, to share your own journey, and to help others discover the transformative power of the Bible. As we move forward on this winding path of discovery, I encourage you to reflect on the moments when you have felt the call of the divine. Perhaps it was a quiet whisper during a moment of solitude, or the overwhelming rush of emotion during a time of trial. These moments, however brief, are the sparks that ignite lasting change. They remind us that the Bible and the teachings of the Lord are not confined to ancient parchment but are alive in every heartbeat, every breath, and every act of love. What if, in this very moment, you allowed yourself to believe in the possibility of transformation? What if you let the divine light fill the darkest corners of your heart and guide you towards a future brimming with hope and promise? In our daily lives, amid the hustle and bustle, it is easy to lose sight of the sacred. We become entangled in our routines and overwhelmed by our challenges, forgetting that each day is a gift from a loving Creator. The Bible calls us to awaken from this slumber, to see our lives through the lens of faith, and to recognize that every sunrise brings with it a new opportunity for growth and renewal. I challenge you to make time for reflection, to pause and meditate on the divine wisdom that is offered to us in every verse. Allow the teachings of the Lord to inspire you to live with purpose, to embrace change, and to see each challenge as a stepping stone toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. Every step on this journey is a testament to the power of transformation. I have come to understand that true change does not come from external forces alone but from the deep, internal commitment to live by the values of hope, love, and faith. The Bible teaches us that transformation is a gradual process, one that requires patience, introspection, and a willingness to confront our own imperfections. Yet, it is precisely in this journey of self-discovery that we find the true meaning of life. Have you ever wondered what it means to be truly transformed? Not just to change on the surface, but to undergo a profound metamorphosis of the heart and soul? This is the promise of the teachings of the Lord, a promise that, through faith, we can emerge from even the darkest trials as new creations, radiant with the light of divine love. As I stand before you, sharing the story of my own transformation, I feel a deep sense of gratitude for every experience, both the painful and the joyful, that has shaped my journey. I know that my struggles and triumphs are not isolated incidents but part of a vast, interconnected web of divine purpose. The Bible, with its timeless teachings of the Lord, reassures us that every chapter of our lives, no matter how challenging, is a stepping stone toward a greater destiny. I invite you to consider that each moment of doubt, each tear shed in solitude, carries with it the potential for a miraculous turnaround. What if the very trials you endure are the prelude to an extraordinary rebirth? What if, through faith, every setback transforms into a setup for a comeback of unimaginable proportions? In the end, it is not the grand gestures that define our spiritual journey but the quiet moments of genuine connection and heartfelt prayer. It is in those moments of solitude, when you are alone with your thoughts and the gentle guidance of the Bible, that the true magic of transformation occurs. The teachings of the Lord remind us that every whisper of the divine, every soft murmur of hope, is a call to rise above the mundane and to embrace a life filled with purpose and love. As you continue on your path, I encourage you to seek out those moments of quiet reflection. Let them be a reminder that no matter how overwhelming the challenges of life may seem, you are never truly alone. The divine is with you, guiding you, uplifting you, and transforming you with each passing day. And so, my dear friend, as you carry these words in your heart, remember that the Bible's powerful message of hope, transformation, and love is not confined to the pages of an ancient book. It lives within each of us. It is the quiet strength that carries us through the storms, the gentle light that dispels the darkness, and the unwavering promise of a future filled with endless possibilities. Embrace this journey with open arms. Share this divine message with others, and know that every act of faith, no matter how small, has the power to change the world. Let us move forward together in the spirit of hope, guided by the teachings of the Lord, and inspired by the miracles that surround us every day. Thank you for walking this path with me, for opening your heart to the transformative power of faith, and for believing that every moment can be a miraculous new beginning. May you always be blessed with the light of the Bible to guide your way. And may the love and hope of the divine fill your life with endless joy.